Hi friends, welcome to the Nose Knows. It's Daniel. I'm really excited today because we are doing my top 5 designer spring scents for spring 2017. This is a list of fragrances that I own and wear that I think are perfect for this time of year. It is by no means a comprehensive list. This is my top 5 designer scents for spring. Number 5 is Cartier Roadster. This is a scent that came out in 2008. Mathilde Laurent made this scent, and it's a refined fragrance that embodies total freedom. So this scent is what's known as fougere, which is a scent that is based around a couple different notes. It normally has a lavender top note. As the dry down happens, you get an oak moss note, and then you get sort of like a leather and hay note. And this one is really interesting because the fougere is centered around a facet of mint. It's sort of a different twist on a classic fragrance. So the notes in this one are mint, labdanum, patchouli, vanilla, bergamot, and vetiver. And it kind of reminds me of a barber shop a little bit. The bottle, of course, is very Cartier inspired by the watches. This is great because it twists off, which I think is a cool feature. I think it definitely has sort of a car-like feel. You can rest it on your shelf like so, and it just looks like a very aerodynamic, cool bottle. This one kind of reminds me of a barber shop. It's very classic. I think it's a conservative scent. It's for guys probably 25 or up. It's not really youthful, it's not really sporty, but it's for a man who wants to smell good, smell unique, doesn't want to smell like everyone else, and isn't afraid to take a risk. You know, that mint is different. It doesn't smell like toothpaste or chewing gum or anything like that, but it is a definite different take on a classic men's scent. Number 4, Mumbling Legend. This scent was made in 2011 by Olivier Pichou, and this scent smells a lot like Fierce from Abercrombie & Fitch. It was made for confident, assertive, authentic men, and it's very sporty. It's great for younger guys that want to smell sporty, fresh, confident, full of life. I love it. I love Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, the original, which is now not available on the market. Abercrombie & Fitch have created a Fierce Cologne, which is like a watered down, gross version of what it used to be. But this is really close to the original. It's potent. It does dry down quickly, so it's not overpowering, but it has that really vivacious characteristic to it. There's a lot of notes in this scent. We have bergamot, lavender, pineapple leaf, exotic verbena, oak moss, geranium, coumarin, apple, rose, dried fruit, sandalwood, and tonka bean. And this is also a fougere, like the previous fragrance, but this is a much more youthful, vivacious, sparkling fougere. It doesn't have a really classic kind of gentleman's feel, even though there is the lavender oak moss and that kind of leather and hay-like dry down to it. The bottle's great. It's inspired by one of Mont Blanc's pen, the Meisterstück, which means masterpiece in German. It's made of glass and metal, the pen, and the bottle takes a cue from that. I get a pretty good longevity out of this, about 6 to 8 hours. Again, it doesn't really stay overpowering. It's a little big when you first spray it, but I find it dries down quickly within the first 20 to 30 minutes. And then it's a really nice sporty scent. This is great for someone young that is looking for one of their first few scents to add to the collection that is attractive and not overpowering. Number 3, I was hesitant to put this one on the list, but I said, what the hell, I'm just going to do it. It is Davidoff Cool Water. This was made in 1988 by Pierre Bourdon, and this was huge in the 90s. It was really, really popular, and I still think it's actually a pretty good scent today, especially for how much juice you can get for your dollar amount. I think I got this for a little less than $20, and I mean, it's a 2.5 ounce. They have a 3.4, I believe, that you can find some places for a little over 20 bucks. So you get a lot of fragrance for your money. It's a crisp, cool fragrance. It was inspired by cool water, nature, that crisp, clean feeling you can get from being in nature. It has mint, green nuances: lavender, coriander, rosemary, geranium, neroli, jasmine, sandalwood, cedarwood, musk, amber, and tobacco. Of course, the bottle is blue. It looks like cool and refreshing. It's slightly ridged here for a crisp look. It's nice. It does remind me of Green Irish Tweed from Creed, which I recently compared to Aventus, and I really like both of those fragrances a lot. Now, I don't think it's as high quality as Green Irish Tweed, but Green Irish Tweed is almost $400 for a large size bottle, and this is less than $20. So I think this is a great version of that sort of fresh, green, natural smelling scent. I feel like any guy could wear this. It doesn't have to be that you're more mature. Vice versa, you don't have to be really young to wear this. Really, anyone can wear this. I think it's appropriate. I think it's appropriate for everybody. It has a very green, natural smell. It's a little bit synthetic, but it's not like cloying or really, overpoweringly synthetic. I think they did a really great job keeping this fragrance really nice over all the years. That's Cool Water. Number 2 is a very, very popular one. It is Bleu Deschanel Eau de Parfum. This scent was created in 2014 by Jacques Poge. It was inspired by the men in Mademoiselle Chanel's life. She always took elements from the men that she was in love with and added them to her collection. So this is sort of the House of Chanel, which primarily makes women's fragrances, clothing, and accessories. This is them giving something back to the guys in the world. So this is a really cool kind of aromatic scent. It has citrus, pink pepper, vetiver, grapefruit, dry cedar, labdanum, frankincense, ginger, sandalwood. And the eau de parfum in particular, more than the eau de toilette, I find to have less of a intense citrus. The cedar is a little bit more ambery, the tonka bean and vanilla round it out more, and there's a different type of sandalwood in this fragrance as opposed to the eau de toilette. It always reminds me of like a waterfall. It reminds me of water rushing over hard rock. So there's, in the eau de parfum, kind of this toughness and the strength to it, but there's also this kind of emotional feeling of rushing, which comes from ginger and jasmine in the fragrance, which are a little bit more on the feminine side. The bottle is, of course, super understated. Chanel, this blue color. Chanel said that navy is summer's black. So they pay homage to that with this dark blue navy bottle. And I think it's really perfect to get ready for some warm weather with this fragrance. Okay, we are at number 1, and this is my favorite scent for this time of year. I'm so obsessed with this. I wear this all the time. It's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. And this scent is so unique. It's probably my favorite one of the Allure family. There's another one that I'm pretty obsessed with, but this one right now is definitely the one I'm wearing the most. It was created in 2008 by the house perfumer at the time, Jacques Poge. And this is for a man who loves design, who believes that living is an art and pays attention to every detail. This scent has Sicilian lemon, Calabrian bergamot, sandalwood, Brazilian tonka bean, white musk, Haitian vetiver, amber, vanilla from Madagascar, cedarwood, pink pepper, and white pepper from Madagascar. The sandalwood really balances it out. There's also a ginger note in there that is perfectly balanced with the sandalwood, and the vanilla rounds out this fragrance and gives it a nice weight to it. The bottle is this sort of bronzy color that is to commemorate the warmth of the fragrance, and the white cap is to reflect the crispness. So it's a crisp, warm fragrance. You know, spring is a time of changing seasons, so it can be pretty cold during spring, but it can also get hot. And I feel like this fragrance in particular, of all the ones I've shown, adjusts really well to any temperature. If you wear it in cooler, crisper weather, the sort of spicy sandalwood, cedary, oriental facet is going to stay nice and crisp. And if you are in the heat and the oil on your skin is warming up more, it's going to become more like an incensey sort of fragrance emanating from your body, but it never becomes strong or overpowering. Dan's family was recently here, and I wore this to our first dinner together, and I just thought it was that perfect citrus, crisp, clean, but sophisticated scent to wear to something like that. You could definitely wear this in the office. You could wear this at night to a date. It's really versatile, and it's really different. And what I love about it, too, is that the small size is only $90. All these scents I reviewed today you can get for under $100, and this one, you get the Chanel quality, and you get something very unique that most people don't smell like this. You can only buy this scent on Chanel.com or one of the Chanel boutiques, so it's not in any other stores, so you have to kind of search it out. But you get that Chanel quality and that uniqueness that a lot of other people don't smell like for a really great price. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for a really, really well-crafted scent. So that is my number one. Also, I just got something really cool. I ordered this on Sephora.com. Hey, there I am in the reflection. What's up? So stupid. It's 10 scents from this collection, the Histories des Parfums. I've never smelled any of these, but I heard really good things about this line of fragrances. So I plan to kind of play with these and smell them. It's like a book, which I think is so cool. This was like 18 bucks, I think. It was $18 for 10. So you get this little book about the line, and then they're just sample sizes, but you get 10 of them, and they're 0.07 fluid ounces a piece. So you get like 0.7 fluid ounces for like under 20 bucks, and it's a really good line, and I think a full size is kind of pricey. So these are sort of niche fragrances that I cannot wait to start smelling. And I really don't know much about the line other than it's supposed to be very interesting artistic perfume. So look for that video coming up in the future. And I also want to come full circle and just read some of the comments from the viewers. It's been a while since I've done that, so I love to hear from you guys. Tahitian Pearl 75 said on the Mon Guerlain First Impressions video, Mon Guerlain very much reminds me of Shalimar Initial. Bought myself a bottle today and I found Mon Guerlain is a real crowd pleaser. Wore it for a job interview today. It went really well. That's awesome. Always good when you can have a great experience with someone from fragrance. And I feel like that's what fragrance does. It sort of sets this psychological tone. So it can make you feel really confident, it can make you feel really handsome, beautiful, whatever you want to feel like. There's a fragrance out there to make you feel that way, which in turn helps you land a job interview. That's awesome. Brock Royston commented, congrats to the winner of the Hydra Beauty Micro Serum. And he says about the Battle of Creed video, which is Green Irish Tweed against Aventus, he says it's a perfect comparison between these two. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. Osvaldo Lopez just won the Hydra Beauty Micro Serum, and when he found out, he commented, yay, I'm a happy camper right now. Surprising because I never win anything. I'm excited to incorporate this product into my routine. Thank you. Going to the video, I've never tried any of these perfumes. This is the Creed video still. But I am not crazy about the presentation. Maybe I have to see them in person. Maybe I didn't pay attention to it. They are pricey. And he says, what do you think about Guerlain perfumes? I'm just getting into Guerlain. I've smelled a lot of like the Eau de Cologne Imperial, Eau de Guerlain, what's the other one? Eau de Fleurs de Cedrat. So a lot of that line. Obviously Mon Guerlain I really like so far, that what I've been smelling. And I've smelled Jiki and I don't know, the Lahore Blue, which I don't know. I really like that one. So I'm just kind of getting into the world of Guerlain. It's so big. They have so many things to explore. So I continue to look forward to finding out more about Guerlain world. So I will keep you all informed of my thoughts on that. Finally, one last comment from Jojo 808200 commented, these two Creed scents, Aventus and Green Irish Tweed, are both amazing. You can't go wrong with either, but they are high on price. That is true. So that's why I like to do videos like today, when we get to look at 5 really good quality fragrances that I love, that I think are perfect for this time of year, that aren't going to break your bank. All the ones we looked at today you can get for under $100, which I think is really good. And some, like Cool Water, you can find for like 20 bucks or less. So you can't go wrong with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to do a top 5 spring fragrance video for niche scents, for those of you who love the Creed and love all the really niche brands that are a little bit more expensive, but I think like a little more interesting, a little more artistic maybe, and definitely not mainstream, maybe not crowd pleasers so much, but more personal scents. So that video will be up hopefully within a couple of weeks. I still am adding to my collection. I know what I want to get for the spring 2017, but I have to acquire a few more of these scents, and they can be a little expensive. So hopefully within the next couple weeks we'll get that up and rolling. Stay tuned though, we have lots of good stuff. All those 10 fragrances, Histories des Parfums, I'm going to be reviewing. And also, if you notice, I don't really give a lot of bad reviews on my channel. I try to keep it positive. There are a lot of fragrances I don't like, So often if you are watching my channel and there are certain fragrances I'm not reviewing that are really popular, maybe I haven't smelled them, but maybe also I don't like them. I choose not to, do a whole review to bash a fragrance. It's just not really my style. But, it doesn't mean I like everything. So out of those 10 of the History des Parfums, I'll do a couple, and if I'm not reviewing it, it probably means I don't really like it. So that's just sort of how I roll. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.